Oh, hey guys, welcome back. You guys had a How's everybody doing? Welcome back. You guys all have a nice weekend? No, it's not really an intro. It's more of just like a quick commercial. Well, higher time frame looks good, to be honest with you guys. Weekly time frame looks good. We're actually right at the RSI breakout area. Okay, we could see like a little dip before it rips, right? We could see something like this before it rips out on the RSI. That's totally possible. We're gonna go look at the smaller time scale, and the smaller time scale. I mean, we did get an MFI sell signal in, but we have yet to break these lows just yet. Okay, so maybe we come back to test these lows. All right, that would make sense. We could see you know, a test of this area here around the 50,005 area where we broke out of. All right, that was that critical spot I was saying we need to close above before we got this rally. So we could end up coming back to test it, right? We could end up coming back to test it before we make a continuation, right? We gotta kind of get a reset on oscillator possibly. So you know, the daily is not overbought, but you know, sitting in bullish territory, and we're gonna want to take a look at the higher term time frames. Look good. We do have a bit of 3-day bear div, right? We can see that we did make higher prices, right? First, this local high here on September 4th, right? The September 4th high was this high here around 52.8. So we do have a bit of 3-day bearish divergence, but we're in an uptrend, right? So the bearish divergence may not play out or may underperform, meaning we could just get a quick retest of the $53,000 area here on the 3-day chart. You can clearly see that area right there is going to be tested again if and when we do come back down, right? And so, you know, the 618, 47.5 area, right where the 21, the 3-day. But that would be kind of drastic. I don't know that we're going to see that big of a move down, to be honest. Okay, the weekly candle looking strong. It's still a weekly bullish engulfing candle, right? We've engulfed the last 2 weeks of price, or the last, let's say, month of price action. So this week we could just get a back test candle to come back down to the $50,600 area, right along this area right here, and not to negate this candle. Probably just wick it, touch, and go. Okay. And I do think we're going to go through all the other important factors here. I should say not factors, but important other things in our structure here. Sorry, I didn't update the date today. But Bitcoin chart we just covered. USDT dominance. Okay, this is something we have to look at. Okay, this is going to tell us what the market's actually going to be doing here in the coming days, hours, weeks, months. Right. Well, let's take a look at Tether dominance here. And we did get this rising wedge. This was the confirmation. We called this out September 27th, a couple days before it happened, right? So we were getting in our long trades, and I said we want to stay in longs until we hit the bottom of the rising wedge, which we have done. We've hit the bottom of the rising wedge. I think now we're going to see Tether. Looks like we might have even made a double bottom. Okay, so let's be careful, guys. Let's be careful, right? Looks like we did make a potential double bottom. Yeah, we never made a candle closure below 2.65, right? So we technically made a double bottom, It is on a bit of a rally back up, right? So what we're going to see now is we're going to see a retest of this area. Okay, we're going to see this retest. That's where Bitcoin's going to try to rally up to like 58K. All right. And so we're going to see how Tether ends up responding up here. Okay, but we're below the daily 21. We're below the 128 simple. But just note that we never broke this low. We did come down to it. We hit the rising wedge target, which is the bottom of the wedge. Right. So if you're in long positions right now or leverage long positions, I would be very, very careful. And if you're in the profit, make sure you guys set your stops, obviously above your entry and remaining into being profit. And you know, this could be an area where you could go for maybe a scalp short trade if you're really in the right mindset to take short trades. I personally will not be. I will just be sitting sideline, watching to see how this goes, and make sure I make the right calls for the community as best as I can. Okay. So the weekly chart here on Tether, so we're looking at longer time scales. Still actually in neutral territory on the RSI. Okay, we could also see that this area right here is the true resistance supply line for the RSI. Okay, yeah, we can see that we've maybe put in maybe a higher low here on the week, but nothing doesn't look too crazily bullish to me, right? We built up more negative momentum than the previous week, so on the longer term time scales looks good, right? So we're going to want to go like the 3-day chart to see what's really happening. The 3-day chart is trying to engulf the previous 3-day candle. We didn't quite do that just yet, but you can see the bottom and the double bottom coming in. And I suspect we come up to test this 3.24 area. That would just make perfect sense in terms of confluence. And it really bugs me that there's only 15 people on the stream tonight, because Sundays, in my opinion, are going to set you guys up for the week. So there's that. That's kind of unfortunate. It's really interesting when the market's really pumping that tons of people come on the stream and just think that when the market's pumping, that's the only time they got to show up. The answer is no, man. I understand people have things to do on Sundays. I get that too, but I'm the most consistent streaming on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I feel like that's, I don't know. I'm just venting to you guys. Apologize about that. But yeah, so we want to watch this area. We want to watch this 3.24% area here on Tether. If we don't get that, right? If we don't get that retest here, I would be shocked. We will. We definitely will. I think we're going to get this retest, and we're going to get a back test on Bitcoin next week. That would make perfect sense. Bullish engulfing candle, and then next week we open, we back test what we broke out of, and then we go back test and go, boys. That's the game plan here. We can look at the 2-week chart. The 2-week is going to close a bullish engulfing candle here. Looks really, really good. Really, really good, man. Looks really good. For the weekly and the 2-week. The 2-week hasn't even crossed up yet. We're about to close that. All right, that looks all really super, super close to closing, to crossing back up. And you can kind of see that we're still in the buy zone territory here on the 2-week chart. Nobody looks at 2-week charts, okay? Oh man, I'm just, it's all good. I just feel like I should be impacting more people in my life, man. I don't know. You know, 18 people. I mean, it's great. All of you guys, I know I'm impacting you guys. I just feel like I should be impacting more people than just 17, 18 people on a Sunday. I don't know. I've been doing this for a couple years already, and I don't know. Whatever. It's all good. It can be a little frustrating sometimes. What's your view on alts? Well, we're gonna look at Bitcoin dominance here. We just took a look at Tether. Tether looks like it's making double bottoms and such. We could end up making lower high. This pattern could underperform. It is in a downtrend. I mean, technically, it's making higher lows. I mean, like, you can't go solely based on Tether dominance, but you can do my marketing, Ryan. You might just have to talk to my other business partner. I don't do any of the marketing here, so maybe that's part of the problem. Anyways, Bitcoin dominance. We did say that this 886 fib extension area was the area we could see Bitcoin dominance reverse, and that's what it's been doing. It's been reversing. We're gonna kind of redraw this a little bit just to get more of a real technical idea. It's tough to do technicals on Bitcoin dominance, but we started to do it before, so we're just gonna finish out the drawing here. And on the weekly chart, you can see we started to break this resistance here, this supply line, and yeah, it does kind of look. Doesn't it kind of look like a wedge, guys? Kind of looks like a wedge, man. You guys know how I feel about those. You guys know how I feel about the wedges. Right, low and higher low on the weekly. But we did make that. No, well, I guess technically not. So we are showing weekly RSI bullish divergence on Bitcoin dominance, right? So this next push, this next rally is going to be a Bitcoin show. It's going to be a Bitcoin show. So watch your altcoin positions. They will lose against Bitcoin. I'm not saying they're going to lose against the dollar, but they're going to lose against Bitcoin value for sure. And you guys already know the wedge target is back up to 72%, which should put us right back into a bear market, which is kind of what we're starting to do, right? So we haven't yet hit those crazy parabolic moves yet, and so, but this is the start of it, right? So we're going to see Bitcoin dominance start to go back up. You know, we could break out of here, we could back test, right? And then the back test, this is when the altcoins really go parabolic towards the end of December, and that's going to be the end of the run, right? So you want to pay attention to what's happening on this chart. This is going to really tell you when the altcoins are really going to go parabolic, and we're waiting for Bitcoin to back test. We're gonna get a back test this week, guys. Don't be alarmed by it. It's going to happen. I think the stock market probably rallies. Crypto market pulls back, and well, we're going to take a look at traditional markets maybe after. But so Bitcoin dominance wedging out here, and you can clearly see the divergence built here. You can clearly see the stochastics pointed up on the weekly. Strong. This is strong. If I wanted to long an asset, this is exactly what I'd be looking to do, right? This is where we'd be taking an entry on this breakout, right? And it's out. It broke out. You can see it broke out, back tested it, and now it's rallying up 1.6%. All right, so we want to be really careful. We want to be really careful with holding alts. Okay. I still think alts are going to rally. I just think Bitcoin's going to rally first. Go to new all-time highs, then the alts will follow it. So that's what I'm saying. Cool. So next on the list was Bitcoin dominance. Just covered that. The fear and greed, we already know. Fear and greed is in the greed territory, which is exactly why we might see pullback. We already know that. Okay, so that's covered. And then we're going to look at the Newpol chart. We're not anywhere near a cycle top yet, guys. We're still in this green disbelief area, so fine, still looks good to me. Not at a cycle top, we're not near a blow off top just yet. Hang in there, boys and girls. So the crypto market, we're gonna go to the total market cap. All right. So cup and handle stuff, right? Cup and handle stuff. Cup and handle stuff here. We did again just touch the top for the third time, or just below the top. Okay, so. We can also see momentum slowly starting to wean off on the daily here, which isn't good. We are getting a reset on the 4-hour. We're still above zero on the MACD, so that's still technically bullish. All right, we're coming back down now to test the bullish control zone on the 4-hour at around that 50 area. I do consider ETH an altcoin. Yes, I do. Anything but Bitcoin's an altcoin, guys. Remember that. Still that. That's still the answer. So, but this looks like it could end up doing some sort of cup like that, right? To kind of replicate what happened here, and maybe make this inverse head and shoulders type of pattern, right? But that looks like we could do something like that. Or maybe one dip this week. That's the dip this week we get, and then we're off to the races into the end of October, November, into December, and that's going to be probably the end of the run, guys. All right. All right, we're gonna go look at the the Sar Signals and what they're doing right now. So the hourly is still long since 5 p.m. and the 4 hour is still long since 4 p.m. So signals are long right now. Obviously, we see something that could potentially cause some further downside, like a pullback, but we may not even get the pullback. We might just rally on through this. We'll see how this goes, and this is not a set in stone type of thing. Remember, guys, do your own research. And these are only my opinions of what I see on the chart. And we're still making higher lows, even though we technically printed a higher high. We didn't hold on to that area very well. Unfortunately, we got some rejection there, right? But I also don't, as you guys know, I don't like to see these upsloping consolidations like this. This to me looks like a rising wedge. And the bottom of the potential area is this $50,000 area. We were talking about that a second ago. But yeah, it is an upsloping flag, and we're about to get across down here on the wolf too. So I would suspect some downside. Really, I'm talking about it over and over again. You know, 52.7, 50,005. We might even get down to 47.6. That's totally possible rug pull opportunity there for a long. And again, it looks like maybe more of a drawn out cut pattern. Okay, that's what I'm seeing on the chart, guys. I know that's an unfortunate thing to say or look at, but we have to be aware of these down movements in the market as well before they happen. Okay. Another good chart is the rainbow chart. I don't know if you guys know about this one, but it's pretty accurate, man. I mean, right now we're in the hodl area, right? So you don't want to be doing anything but just holding. And you can see when we came down to this green area, this is like the buying zone, right? The reaccumulation zone. So yeah, I suspect we're just going to come back to test this, that neckline that we broke. We're going to test it. We're going to come back down to test it. You know, 52.3. Hopefully that area holds, right? But like I said, the weekly chart looks great. Even the 3-day chart still looks great. Ryan, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that, man. We're holding right now, guys. We are holding the 54.4 area, this fib extension right here. If we do not hold this area, I do suspect us to come back down. I said this before. 52.6, 50,005. Okay. The 618 area, 47.5. Right. We're just gonna go back down to the previous Fibonacci area if these previous candle areas do not hold. It's really just that simple. We can look at total too, sure. It looks pretty much the same as total, aside from total 2 didn't get as high as total. Yeah, so I mean, still looks like we're just holding this area right now. I mean, yes, we're getting a little bit of a pull, a little bit of profit taking here, but I do think we end up making a higher low. Right, there is nothing to be bearish about right now. Although we did make a lower high than this high on September 7th. That's okay though. All right, that's the simple analysis for this evening. We could see some pullback, right? Tether made double bottom. Bitcoin dominance is on the rip, so altcoins probably aren't going to outperform right now. It's just going to be a Bitcoin show. Probably into the end of the year, I would say. Bitcoin rallies into the end of the year. You're going to have some altcoins that still outperform. So it's not 100%, obviously, but it's just most altcoins are not going to outperform Bitcoin right now. Did you guys see the shitcoin trade setup that I gave in September? Or how about, was it last Sunday I called it out? And I'm like many times. I said it a few times on the stream, right? Anyways, here was the SHIB coin I posted on September 1st. The harmonic bottoming pattern. Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, like, what do you want? This thing, I gave an entry on 679, and you guys already know what happens here, right? Exceeded targets, right? Yeah. Cool. We went to the 618 pretty much. Pulled right back. The KuCoin list is doing all right, man, actually. The Triads coin broke out. There's the breakout. This was a free trade given. The 2CRZ coin broke out. There it is, the falling wedge break. Covalent broke out of the downsloping channel. Right? This props coin broke today, just got some rejection. Right? It did break up to almost 2 pennies. It didn't actually break out of the wedge just yet. Kind of weak, but yeah, whatever. AI looking nice. Got this break, and looks like you're just butting up against this 786 fib extension right here. And green on the day, 6%, right? Looking good. This asset's looking pretty good. ROSN, when we called it out, broke out of this this downsloping resistance area. Got the break. This was a nice little trade, man. This was 40%. Nice trade there. DFYN also broke the wedge. Got up to the 382 fib extension and pulled right back. I suspect this maybe hold the lows, right? We can look at OMG, man, yeah. We'll look at AVAX. Yeah, 2CRZ hit almost 3.5 cents, man. Cool. AVAX. You can see the rounding top here, right? You can see it, the rounding top, right? So usually when you get one of these, you get a, you know, maybe a dip, right? Hopefully you don't make a head and shoulders pattern. That would be pretty ugly. But if you hold this neckline, make a higher low, you could probably come back up, right? But I suspect that's what's going on here with AVAX right now is a move down, right? We got this down movement happening. I think it was last stream I was telling you guys to take profit on this thing. Anyways, cool. Yeah, we look at OMG. Everyone's so into OMG now. Yeah, we can look at Nvidia, man. Static, nice of you to show up, bro. I've been seeing you in like 3 months. Hope everything's okay by you, man. The weekly, right? Weekly broke out. This is the back test on OMG. Yeah, this could be, you know, setting up for some long entries down here if the 21 holds up and you hold above this trend line, right? Yeah, we can look at XRP. Still hasn't broken out of the triangle just yet. Still hasn't done it yet, and maybe there's more room in the tank on this one. You're not overbought. You're actually just looking like you're just now building up momentum, so pay attention to XRP this week. This could be one that outperforms Bitcoin, and you're looking at this neckline break around 140, right? Looks good. Looks good. XRP looks good. We're gonna look at Solana. So making lower highs, right? But still holding the lows for now. And it could be that we could see, you know, 135s, maybe round out, and then head back higher. Or we could just consolidate up here for a bit. This thing went on a major run, so it probably needs some time to cool off. Right, and the weekly, yeah, that doesn't look too good, and like kind of looks double top-ish, to be honest. All right. Yeah, static. I understand, man. I get it. Yeah, I'm kind of torn about Solana right now. Yeah, I'm not really. We could see further downside. for Solana, right? Double top stuff. But as long as we end up making higher lows than 116, 126, and 134, it's still going to be technically okay if you can make higher lows, right? That's the whole thing. Just continue to make higher lows. We can look at Nvidia. So you can clearly see this demand line here, right? Holding the demand line there. And yeah, kind of an upsloping channel on Nvidia, but yeah, making lower highs for right now. But you came back down to test this support after making that double bottom rally. I gotta see how this opens, but you're right at an hourly support, right? So you could start to base out here, or use this area as support, and kind of make an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's not really too clear just yet, static on this, but you could be forming something like this, where you did get this breakout, right? But you could be forming some sort of, you got this fake break, could be forming some sort of right shoulder here, right? So, but not clear, and honestly, this is probably not even applicable, because we got this neckline break, and then looks like it's just back testing this area, right? So, if you get a successful back test, you could look to take a long entry off the successful back test, but you know, you could have some more room to drop. But the 15-minute, obviously, this is a really small time scale. 15-minute looks like you could get a test probably back up to maybe a lower high, 209, or even back up to 212, and test the top side of the range first, because it is kind of in like a falling structure, right? And when you're in these falling structures, you could see movement back up, right? You could see something like this, where it goes back up 2-3%, make a lower high, and come back down, right? You guys have anything else to look at tonight? I was looking at this DApps coin. This thing looks interesting. It's really wrecked, and let's see. You can see this is also wedging out, and it's making higher lows on the RSI, right? So this is something that I really liked on the technicals side of things. I don't know what this project really does, but when you have price coming down and RSI going up, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. We're gonna probably see a major rip out of this one. STX, XLM, and ETH. Sure, we'll take a look at it. Alright, so block stacks. Yeah, this one's been a good one. Yeah, you came back up to the top side, test this range here. I assume that there was some maybe good news with this asset. Yeah, so you can see the long-term trend line being respected, right? And then you kind of have this neckline here. So it kind of looks like an ascending triangle a bit. That's why got a bit of rejection right here at this breakout area. But yeah, definitely looks like it can go and will go on the weekly for sure. Probably much higher. Right, the weekly's going to close above resistance here. Right. Strong candle. XLM, take a look at XLM. I haven't looked at the XLM chart in a while. So XLM on the weekly doesn't really look that good. looks okay. I mean, you're trying to get back into bullish territory here on the weekly, and you can see the higher low on the RSI, and yeah, you're coming up to this. Well, I guess technically maybe you did break it. So technically you have a weekly RSI break, but it's a very, very slight break. But yeah, I guess that could mean we could see continuation for it on the weekly chart. And yeah, I mean, you can see negative momentum is weaning off too, so that's good. That's a good sign. And it's a lower level of negative momentum. There is a bit of positive out of that. We could see this make a higher high, up to like 40 cents. We haven't checked out FTM. We'll take a look at it. So, but still in the boundaries of this channel, right? So we could see, if we really do get an XLM rally, we could really see this go up to $3 probably by the end of the cycle if we get that move, right? Sounds crazy, 10x for XLM, but this thing hasn't really performed that well, so could get some crazy movement. At least a test up to 75 cents, the falling wedge here. Okay. We're talking about a swing. We're not talking about tomorrow or this week. We could see this week pull back even, right? We were talking about Bitcoin pulling back, so just remember that, guys. These targets are more longer term targets. This asset doesn't really have much data on it, but obviously putting in a strong weekly candle, this thing did, I don't know, what is that, like 200% or something? Yeah, crazy move for this one. But yeah, you want targets on this, so your next real target, I mean, you touch the 1272 fib extension, your next target's 42, and then 73, and then probably up to that $1 to $2 area, that 200% retrace if you get up there, right? No idea what this coin does, but just looking at the chart. But yeah, this actually got the ascending triangle break. Right, so ascending triangle break, sorry, from the bottom of the triangle to the top of the triangle, 796% measured move. That's a huge move, guys. But yeah, it's right along the lines of what I was saying, between $1 to $2 longer term, and that's where you're at. That's what you're doing. Touch the fib extension, pulled right back. Now you're back testing. Cool. FTM. Let's take a look at it. So we were talking about FTM on the last trade before it actually broke this resistance, and it hit about 250 before now pulling back. So we extended in between the 1414 and the 1618, got about halfway, and now we're pulling back, and I suspect maybe a pullback even to back test this breakout around that 167 area if Bitcoin really decides that it's going to start really selling off and pulling back. All right. So Harmony 1, yeah, Harmony 1 is on a run right now. We were talking about this the other day and how it was going to break out. And we were talking about targets, I forget where I had this originally charted. I think it was the tether chart, I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, we're clearly at all-time high breakout areas here. Maybe it was on just the USD chart. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't really have it applied with fibs, but you could see that I was giving some sort of analysis here. I think towards the top of this, right, this 40-cent area would make perfect sense for a trend line touch, and then back down, right? So parabolic move, maybe trend line touch, maybe back to 18 cents, and then maybe a final break out of it. Then you have about 1 to 2 weeks after you break a rising wedge, right, according to Bulkowski, before it's over, and that's exactly when the bull market will be over. Sure, we'll take a look at Matic. So still just kind of making lower highs. Yeah, you're making higher lows. You're holding on to the 128 simple. Making a higher low than 68 cents is good. You made a $1 higher low, and making a higher low than $1 is also good, right? In terms of holding on to that bullish momentum, you could in theory see this maybe as an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Hasn't really played out yet or panned out just yet. But you don't want to break this low here at 106. All right, that's the right shoulder. Good luck with that one, Michael Jonathan. I don't mess with new coins really because there's no chart data. I don't really have an edge to trade it, so I don't really take risks on that type of stuff. So Mainframe actually really broke out here, just getting lots of profit taking at this like 2 cent area. This was an SCP call out that we gave that this one actually did pretty well. There goes Tether, man. Tether is starting to rip. So watch your trades, boys. Watch your trades. What are traditional markets doing right now? Is the S&P down? Yeah, S&P's down a bit. So we made like a triple bottom. Interesting. Well, still holding above the weekly 21 for the S&P, so that's good. But this thing is long overdue for correction, for sure. We did cross down on the wolf pack. Look at ETH. Yeah, we looked at Bitcoin, which is the same chart as ETH, pretty much. We'll look at ETH though. Here, 1 second. So kind of just like a doji candle, man. Like nothing good about this candle. Indecision candle. We could get more sideways price action, right? Because Bitcoin dominance going up. We could get one more, maybe one more back test before we go. We could see, $3,000 ETH again, right? Could even see as low as $2,700 ETH. If we really get a quick jerk back down before we go. But overall, looks okay. I mean, the weekly looks like it's trying to cross up, but Bitcoin showing signs that it wants to pull back, right? Yeah, and this daily candle again looks like doji, or we could get consolidation, or even a quick rug. You know, a quick rug wouldn't be so bad anyway. It would actually be pretty good. So yeah, if you're interested in taking short position, trade that at your own risk. But just look at your support levels, right? That's where you want to be taking profits if you are scalp trading. 53,000. We break 53. We're looking at 50.5. That's pretty much confluent with the daily 21. And I don't think we're probably gonna see us touch a 200-day. But if we do, it's around 45,000. Okay. I don't think we see those levels, but you never know. Wolfpack is pointed down on the daily too, so there's that. 3-day also kind of sloping down a little bit. Aside from that, longer term time scales look good, man. Longer term time scales look great. Obviously the monthly looks good. You know, we still got about 20 days left of the month. And I think at some point this month we will test that $58,000 area, and that is that monthly resistance, right? Candle body wise. But aside from the crypto market, I wanted to give you guys some quick trade setups that I had. I actually took a couple of these trades. I took IQ. This is a stock that I took, this trade here. Right, you can see on the weekly this nice wedge forming here. We were in a wedge before that, broke down out of it. We did look at Solana, man. Yep, we did. It looks like it's making double tops on weekly charts, so not good. But not confirmed yet either. So this IQ trade setup here, really nice, right? We got the weekly RSI bull div here. And you can clearly see that we made a low and a higher low on the RSI, but a low and a lower low on price. And we closed a weekly bullish engulfing candle, closed on a nice rally here towards the end of the week. Right at the supply line, I do suspect this could gap up tomorrow and break up to about that $11 area, as that is where the 21 exponential moving average is. So it's kind of like a magnet back up to that. And no, my bot is not still on, and my trade did get out. What do I think about Raven after ETH2 happens? In terms of what, miners? Yeah, miners are going to go wherever they can earn fees, man, earn coin. So I bought this stock on Friday. I also bought this stock on Friday. VIPS also kind of showing similar things, right? With the low and the lower low. It's not quite as discernible as the other trade setup, but it's pretty close to diverging here. It's actually almost actually right there. It is pretty much right there at the same low, right? But a lower low on price. And I did have this plotted. I know all of you guys aren't really caring about this content because you guys just only care about crypto. Why would you ever care about a real world company that's actually producing real things in this world? I mean, why would you care about that? Anyways, so from bottom to top, this asset has done a 61.8% retrace, which is the beginning of the golden mean ratio, right? So that's why I took a trade here, right? This is the golden mean ratio, and I also did see a wedge on this too. What do you know? I only trade wedge patterns. If you guys are just joining the stream or joining the STP community, all I do is trade wedge patterns, guys. That's it. And that is a wedge pattern. That is a wedge pattern. But Ryan, there you go. VIPS and IQ. Those are two to look out for this week, showing some crazy divergence, and I do suspect we do see upside. You look at Evergrande. What did it do? Oh, what do you know? It bounced right off the 886 fib extension. That's beautiful. This is actually probably a trade setup, all right? But I'm not going to be trading this, but you can. 88.6% retraces are extremely profitable areas to take long positions at, almost every single time. Take a look at DATS, D-A-T-S. Sure, we can take a look at it. There isn't a lot of chart data, but if you entered it, nice, man. Good work. I don't think ETH's going to lose its value, man. Yep, VIPS and IQ are the tickers. Yep, those were the tickers that I took trades on. Yeah, so this one, I mean, not too much chart data, but you can see that it's in an uptrend, right? Pretty clear it's in an uptrend on the daily. And yeah, you're looking at the top of the channel, right? Probably right around this $20 area, and if you break that, you're looking at bottom to top. You're looking at another 100% move from there, right? So you could see $20, $25 really quick on this asset. No idea what it does. So some of the wheat stocks are also setting up. You know, we didn't get a good candle close on CGC this week, but it also, I mean, it's, you know, we're oversold, man. We're in this oversold territory. You could also kind of see, you know, this trend line here. It's not quite clear. It's I took a risk on it because I mean, it's oversold, so A or B, we have to probably come out of oversold territory, at least get some sort of reaction rally right at the 61.8% retrace area. And you know, 1, 2, is this the third touch of the trend line? This could be, so this could be setting up for a move, and it does look like it's ready to do that, right? I just showed you guys this is in a buying territory. This is in a buy area for sure. This isn't financial advice, guys. Make sure you guys always do your own research. But I like what I'm seeing on this chart. We're at a pretty critical inflection point here. You can see this area here is where it originally broke and went to its all-time high. It's come back down here and flirted with this area a couple times, so I think why not test it again? This happens to be the 61.8% area, which is the golden mean ratio, and it's oversold on the weekly. I mean, what else do you guys want? ACB was another one. I actually think you can trade ACB on FTX Exchange, and this is in the node wedge, right? The node wedge.
Is that a node wedge?
Yes, it is. It is a node wedge. And on the weekly time scale, you can really see what's happening. It already started to rip off the stochastics here, and the wolf pack is starting to cross back up. So this could be, I know ACB is an underperformer. It's not actually probably not even a good company, but it doesn't really matter. The trade setup is here. It's real, and it's probably a trade up to 18 bucks. Swing trade, guys. Swing trade. Right? Okay, cool. Let me know if you guys have any other tickers you guys want to look at. We covered Bitcoin already. We covered the majors. And Bitcoin is pulling back as we speak. We can see Tether is rising right now, right? Tether is rising. I would get out of those long positions if you're in them. Oh yeah, I bought some of my first NFTs today. I bought Funny Looking Strangers. Credit to STP Todd for getting the insight on these. I actually minted a couple of these. You guys can I think you guys can still mint them now. So if you're looking to get in on a ground floor of some project here, you should check it out. I actually minted a couple myself. And we'll take a look at that. We also have STP NFTs. You guys should definitely take a look at. These are obviously limited, and they come with services attached to them. So check those out. Right, ETH's on a dip right now, so this is probably a good time to buy some of this stuff if you're interested in some of the STP products as well. And I'm gonna go to my profile here, where I have these two NFTs, the funny looking strangers that I minted today. So cool stuff. Looks like the floor is on its way up too. So check out funny looking strangers. The floor is now 0.13. Beautiful. With not much volume traded. It's a newer project, guys, so this could take some time to get out there. All right. Anything else, gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, before we end the Sunday stream here? I know it's a very short stream tonight. Well, not too short. It's been about an hour. We'll take you guys through the candle close. We got 10 minutes till the weekly candle closes, and we'll probably close the weekly bullish engulfing, right? But we'll probably see a retest of the breakout. Definitely. HYLN. Sure, let's take a look at it. I have not gone over VeChain, no. So this asset's done more than 100% retrace. It looks like it's probably going to go lower. We got the 1272 fib extension around $5. And all the way maybe down to $3 area, which is the 1618. So not really any distinct pattern just that I'm really seeing here. I mean, yeah, you could see like maybe a downsloping, it's a big downsloping consolidation. I don't really know what the stock does or is, but you can see the wedge formation here. But we could actually just get one more drop before it really rallies. There was another one that I was looking at that was pretty good. But we're gonna look at VeChain real quick. VeChain holding the upsloping trend line. Right? Hold the line, guys. Hold the line. Hold the line. Now it's a downsloping consolidation. Clearly can see that. You can look at Southwest Airlines, sure. Not much to say about VeChain here as long as you hold the upsloping trend line. If you don't, well, you already know you're probably going to come back down to test 8 cents and then 6 cents if you don't hold that trend line. Southwest. What do I think is Saitama? Is that a ticker? Oh, is this one of these shit coins, dude? Yeah, it's at 0, bro. Like, good luck with that. Southwest. Southwest Airlines. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely on a growth path, right? Like, you can clearly see that it's in an uptrend, probably in channel up. We got 1, 2, 3 touches up here. And the monthly chart looks okay. You're getting a cross back up on the monthly. So I would say long term it looks good. And once you break that $65 area along, maybe in a couple months, we could see Southwest go to 80, maybe up to $130 within the next 6 months to a year, right? Maybe by 2023, 2020, end of 2022. So that looks good. See the long-term trajectory there. You want to look at sushi? Yeah, we can look at sushi. Sushi holding the 61% retrace area here on the monthly, the weekly, kind of just sitting in between the range, right? Not really doing anything. Actually kind of stagnating, which isn't good. Hasn't really rallied too much. Hasn't been able to make a higher high. It's just been making lower highs since the $25 area. But not too much going on with sushi right now. You are making higher lows than this low, so that's definitely good. This could be regarded as a partial decline. That's fine. We don't really have an edge here to trade this asset. If anything, it actually looks like it's going to go down. We're showing some bear div here on the daily, and we're rejecting the bullish control zone. We rejected the bullish control zone, and now we're sitting neutral. All right. Yeah, I think the market's going to come off this week, guys. That's the consensus. Now, we had a nice rally this week. We got a bullish engulfing candle. Now we're going to see a retest. We're going to see a retest. Yep, but as long as sushi ends up holding above the 61.8% retrace area, the $8 range, I think you're fine, man. You could just chop around, maybe come back to test it and then break out of it, right? Maybe come back down, make a double bottom or something, right? Get some sort of confirmation of that low. That's really it, man. There's not really much else on that, to be honest, all right? Oh yeah, there was another stock that I was looking to buy. This didn't break out just yet. Looks like it's on the brink of breakout. It's ALTO. All right, this one looks good. The weekly looks very nice. You can see how perfect this wedge broke out. Look at that volume coming in here. This is coronavirus crash. Got the wedge break, and now you've been consolidating since October, since this nice rally up to the 382 fib extension, and you'll probably come back up to test it, right? This is a nice pennant up here on this asset, and you can see the weekly chart coiling up nicely. Also looks nice. FSLY is another one. Nice little falling wedge here. I don't think it's ready just yet, but it definitely is something to pay attention to. It didn't break this low here. It kind of held the low on the weekly, butting up against the supply line, right? And we put a 3-day pin bar in. Technically closed above it on Friday, so watch out for this one. This could have a major move soon. If it does build up the energy to break out of here, you can see the bull div showing here on the RSI on the 3-day chart. And this is another one that I'm paying attention to. FSLY. All right, guys. We're about to have our weekly candle close here for Bitcoin. Holding strong here into the close, guys. That's good. It's good news. Like I said, we may not get this pullback because of how strong this weekly and 3-day chart looks. But just be aware that we could get it because of Tether, right? The Tether dominance looks like it's on the rise. And usually when that happens, we see pullbacks in the market, right? We're about to get this closure, and we're gonna look at the hourly chart here, and you can see we're just holding in this consolidation range. We are holding it. We're in the rectangle, right? We're in the rectangle. We could break the rectangle either direction, right? But usually, I mean, yes, you can see the higher lows that it was making on the hourly here. You can see that, but we got some nasty rejection candle, and well, we'll see how this ends up closing, right? Looks like it wants to make a move down. That's what it looks like. But it's really not even that bad if we do get a retest, right? We actually want to see a retest. It's confirmation that we can take the market higher, right? Right, you can clearly see that these are all the areas that we can touch. 51, you know, this 50.5 area. I think that's the biggest area, right? We came back down, touched it, and ran. So that is an extremely important area for Bitcoin. And here we go, guys, on the daily and weekly candle close. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream tonight. What do you guys think Bitcoin's going to do? I want to hear it in the chat. Do you guys think, are we going to stay above 50K, or are we going to break below it, guys, this week? Yes, and the 2-week closure. That's right. And that is a bullish engulfing 2-week candle that we just got. Very nice. Very nice candle close, guys, this week. Very good. How's it going, Francisco? Never seen your name in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the rest of your life and how you can change it just by hanging out here and paying attention. I'm gonna ask all these folks in the channel, in the chat here, if this community's changed their lives in some way, shape, or form. I bet you their answer is that it has. Make sure you guys join the Discord. Make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell. We're gonna hang out here for a minute, see if we get any price action here at the open. Excellent PM. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'll probably come at you in the live in the Discord with maybe a surprise live stream this week. So make sure you guys join the Discord. Stay tuned with that, and make sure you guys drop a like, drop a comment. If you guys like the content here, or if you have any feedback about how it could be better, more engaging, more fun. Obviously, trying to get as many people on YouTube as I can, man. Really just want to impact as many lives as I can. That's really my goal. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, or maybe some marketing things you guys want to do or have any ideas about, definitely do not hesitate to message myself, Mr.Node, in the Discord, or really any of the SCP members as well. And we'll catch you guys on the next live stream, all right? Hopefully sometime this week we'll pop in on YouTube and or on Discord, all right? You guys have a wonderful week. We'll catch you guys soon, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching.